Hey folks, TechTucker here. In today's video, yet again, we went for a round 2 game and bought more pre-owned games for 50% off. Will I buy more in the future? We'll see if there's still stock left next time I go, but hopefully I've got my haul here. Not only that, I did find some games in the charity shop, which, surprise surprise, in 2024, that's very difficult to come across. Not only that, just some additional pickups that were on clearance as well. Again, I just can't stop buying games right now. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay doke, so in terms of like the pickups and that, first things first, Smiths have actually been having some decent clearance on Xbox Series X games. I have only bought a couple in this instance. I don't want everything. I don't really collect modern Xbox anymore, but since these are exclusives on the system and were very reasonably priced, I'm not an active Xbox Game Pass subscriber, so there's not really a whole lot of reason for me to be a subscriber, but I feel with the purchases here, I'm happy with them. Some titles, one of which I'll probably sell later down the line after giving it a whirl because it is an online only game, and it is Forza Motorsport. So this is the latest one in the series. I do believe it came out like the latter half of last year. I might be incorrect in saying that. If so, correct me in the comments below. This was only £10 for a copy of the game again. It is technically free with Game Pass if you count that as free. I personally don't, because you are paying a subscription and then it rolls over when you don't use it. If you actively use it all the time, then yes, you're in essence getting this for free. Since it is a live service game, it does require internet at all times. So having a physical copy is a bit redundant, but for the entry point of £10, I'm going to give Forza another go. I have neglected my Xbox for quite some time, so I want to use it more. Like, I want to appreciate the games that are on it, but they've not been doing themselves any favours as of late. So in terms of clearance games, the next set, I've finally got a copy of Starfield. This is one that I've kind of been looking on and off for. £25 for the base game, which is pretty reasonable, and then like £7 or something for the premium edition upgrade, which comes with a very nice steelbook. And it comes with like the first content pack as well. So yeah, I couldn't leave that for a combined total like £30. I could easily sell this for online for a tad more. So yeah, you know, there was no reason not to purchase them both. Again, I'm very happy to add Starfield to collection, as this is one that I know it would never leave Game Pass, but for the time it would take me to actually get through it, if I were to do a full playthrough, it would, you know, over time it would cost more than that. It would probably take a solid month or two at the very least, and then at that point you're looking at £20 anyways. So yeah, now I've got them permanently in my collection. Well, I say that Forza, as I say, I'll probably sell later down the line, but I'm comfortable that I can get my £10 back, no problem, in maybe like a few months or so down the road if I choose to get rid of it. So with that now covered, now we'll go on to the charity shop pickups. So in terms of finding games in charity shops in 2024, it is pretty tricky, for the sole reason that, again, you don't find them, they're always overpriced, and even in this instance there were games that were vastly overpriced. So at this point I'm showing the clip, but yeah, I walked in and it was actually in the corner to like the right or something that these games were all hidden, so I brought them and put them up with the rest of the games for the sake of visibility. And there were some solid titles here to pick up. Again, a lot of them were priced in the range that it would cost to buy them out of CEX. I don't need them in my collection at that price, because often I would buy them with voucher or something along those lines. So ultimately you're better value for cash at that point going to CEX using your vouchers. But there were 5 games that I did pick up in this instance. You'll have already seen them probably. If not, then I'll run through them quickly anyhow. So, 2 games that I did buy that I actually traded into CEX. You will see my pickup later in this video, so stay tuned for that. It was A Plague Tale Innocence. I think that's the first one. I'll correct myself if it isn't, but it was the first one. £5, £10 flip to CEX. They sell it for 18, or at least they sold it for 18 at the time of me trading it in. The other tale is Days Gone. Again, same price, £5, they sell it for like 15 or 18 pounds or something like that, and I got a £10 voucher for that as well. So very happy to get, you know, I spent £25 in total for the other games that I collected as well. So for all that, £25, £20 back into trade credit. I essentially spent £5 to keep these titles. The first title that I've got that I was kind of I don't have buyer's remorse because I do like the game, is Call of Duty Black Ops 3 right here. Again, for £5, that's a really solid price to buy it at, for the reason that I've got the receipt there. That's on the other side of the room now. But yeah, to buy it for that price is good. CEX sell it for 8. I did buy it, and I also just remembered that I had it on the Xbox One as well, so did I really need another copy? no, considering I am subscribed to PlayStation Plus Premium, you do get access to Black Ops 3 and the Zombie Chronicles DLC as well. So I'm not going to say it was a bad buy, it was decent like value. If I wanted to sell on eBay, I could get my money back, but I'll just hold on to it for now. No harm in having a physical copy of it at this moment in time. The next game that I'm pretty happy to add to the collection for £5 is the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. Again, this is all in nice condition. They did actually have a copy of Uncharted 4 in there, but CEX I think sell it for £4 as well, so I'm not going to spend a fiver on that. But yeah, this is one that I found in a charity shop that was Italian actually one time for like £2. So it's very nice to add this back to the collection for a very reasonable cost. Yeah, and this is solely to have the Uncharted trilogy on physical format. I would say this is probably the best way to have it. Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception. Very happy to add this on the collection. This is one that, yeah, I'm quite happy to hold on to. I love compilations in some cases when it's got like remasters. Then the final game out of this bundle, it is World War Z. World War Z is one I've actually tried before and I did like the gameplay, but I have played it on Switch. So I was like, you know what, I'll hold off for like a better the better version of the game. So yeah, for £5, £8 CEX sell it for, so I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good deal, I'll take that home with me. So again, kept 3 games, sold 2, ultimately cost me a fiver after you consider the CEX trade credit. So yeah, now that I've done that, I'll quickly go over the pickups I got from Game as they're 50% clearance. Oh, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, I've got more games. All still intact with their seal. I got the receipt somewhere, I've misplaced it, but just you'll need to take my word for it. But I've seen some other YouTubers like Dan the Games Man and stuff pick up similar titles to me that are at the same price point. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know why I would lie about this, but hey, I'll just need to take it at face value this time, unfortunately. But yes, I managed to get some games. I did largely just go back and get some of the cheaper titles. It's not like I spent an absolute fortune in this occasion. But yeah, I did get some titles I've just been keeping my eye out for and wanting for a while. So, first one here, the Callisto Protocol, and it is Day 1 edition. And yeah, £2.50, bargain. This is a game I've wanted in the collection. A lot of these games I held off the first time around because I have had them with PlayStation Plus. But you don't own the games or anything at that point, you need to be subscribed. So, down the line, if I do decide I don't want PlayStation Plus, I don't want to lose access to the games, the best way to protect yourself in that instance is having a physical copy. And for £2.50, like, that's so cheap. A packet of like chocolate bars these days can cost you that, or a good packet of crisps, a multi-pack or 2 will cost you that these days. So yeah, bargain at that price. Next game here, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Again, reduced from £8 to £4. Absolute bargain for the amount of game for £4. That's amazing value. So yeah, Valhalla is one I was very close to buying at launch. Ultimately, I decided against it because I didn't really want to play a huge, RPG type game, and it is bloated. But now that I've paid that price, I can dabble in for a few hours, call it a day, and be happy and move on with my life rather than feeling the obligation to have to play it all the way through when you spend £70 on a full, brand new title. This is a game I would not have bought if it weren't for the Steelbook. Typically, I am not a Steelbook collector, but £2.50 I could not pass up this beautiful special edition. Again, look how nice, it's embossed, it's got that nice shape to it. It's a very nice Steelbook. I have played Back 4 Blood on Xbox Game Pass at the time it came out. I do like the game, it's fun, but I do believe they've stopped like all future content and that for it now. So what you see is what you get basically. I might pop in and give it another whirl, just like single player or something. There is no offline mode or anything, but for the Steelbook alone, I think that's worth it. £2.50 I think is pretty safe. I don't ever see it going below that. But yeah, that was just simply because it was cheap and it was a Steelbook. And again, it caught my eye, it looked nice, and it is a representation of a game I have at least played before. Then we've got Dolmen, whatever it is. No idea what this actually is, but for a PS5 game for £1.50 that isn't FIFA, yeah, I was buying that. No more context needed. Then the next game here is one I've wanted this more or less since it came out. £7.50, and it is Evil West. Very happy to have added a physical copy of this to the collection. It just looks very interesting. It's like a third-person action game. Yeah, it's something that just caught my attention when it came out, and I'm just happy to have it. It was a PlayStation Premium title at one point, or PlayStation Plus even. But yeah, it just looks like a really interesting game. I always wanted to wait around like the 15 £10 mark for it new, but when I found the second half for £7.50, I wasn't going to complain. Then the next title here is Ghost Runner 2. Again, this one £11.50, that's a really solid price. I think CEX sell this one for like £20 or so. This is like a first-person platformer, like action-type game. Thinking a similar style to say Mirror's Edge or Neon White. Yeah, this one I just wanted to have in the collection. I've got Ghost Runner on like the first one. I have that on the Switch physically, and I also have it digitally on the PS5 as it was a PlayStation Plus title. This was just a PlayStation Plus title, but to have the physical copy at that price, I wasn't going to pass it up. And then the heavy hitting title out of all of these at an absolutely fantastic price point, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, made by Sucker Punch Games. This is one that has eluded me not since it came out, but since I got a PlayStation 5, I've wanted to add this one to the collection. It's not a game I'm sure I will... It's not my type of game normally, but I did see Retro Smash TV posted this on Instagram, saying it's fantastic, so off of his recommendation, I think I'm going to have to give this one a whirl sometime soon. I'm in the midst of a soft resetting for a shiny Chimchar, which is taking more time than I'd like it to. When I get that damn Chimchar, I'll pop that in and give it a whirl. But yeah, now I will go over to the couple of CEX trades that I did. Okay, so as you've got the picture painted now, I actually did buy an extra game for games 50% off that trade in. It was Soul Calibur 6. It got that for £2.50, and I think that netted me a nice, it might have even been less, I think it was £2.50. But I'm certain that netted me a £6 voucher or a £5 voucher, I can't quite remember. And again, I've misplaced the receipts, I think. Well, yeah, I've got the receipt for the game that I'm holding right now in hand, but it doesn't have the trade one, so yeah, sorry about this folks, you're just going to have to take it at face value today. I usually like to back up with what I say, just because people could say you're just staging it and faking it, but I don't know why I would do that. That brings no value to anyone. But yes, so this one I actually did buy in the last lot of games I got at CEX, just going to mention it, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I don't have a PS3 at this moment in time, however this is one of the very few PlayStation 3 titles that I did play back in the day. So for £3, complete as well. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about that. And the CEX trade, in essence I paid £15 for this due to the vouchers that I had. And not only that, I did put a little bit of cash, like maybe £3 or something towards it. And this is one that I wanted to find it at 50% off. You're probably seeing it waving me out. You're probably seeing me wave it around right now. And it is Pokemon Shining Pearl. Again, I was actually quite disappointed by these remakes. I played Brilliant Diamond, I got that day one. I beat the main game and all that. I tried to be invested and go for the complete Pokedex. I just wasn't feeling it. I like the games fine enough. This is actually what I'm soft resetting for the shiny Chimchar on right now. And I've been doing it for the last like 5 or 6 evenings, and yeah, it's good to just, you know, do something mindlessly, and then I'm looking forward to actually having a run through with a shiny starter Pokemon. I think that's just, it's not something I've done. I've soft reset for legendaries in the past. I've done loads of shiny hunting in Pokemon X specifically. I mean, you don't get to 1,000 hours gameplay time without doing shiny hunting. But yeah, I'm known to, you know, shiny hunt from time to time. In the very early days of YouTube, I even tried my hand at shiny hunting videos, which were absolutely abysmal, so are no longer viewable. But yeah, maybe I'll go back and review those one day. But yeah, Pokemon Shining Pearl. Again, I want to play Pokemon. I've had a hankering for playing it on the Switch. And I've got Violet now, I've got Shining Pearl, so I can do new saves without removing any others, and without creating a new Nintendo Switch account. So, happy days. I can then use online features and that in the future if I renew my online subscription, which, I'll be honest, probably won't. And then, final pickup of the day. It was my sister's birthday's upcoming, or it has been by this time, but when I got the game, it was upcoming. And I had to get myself a copy of Unicorn Overlord while it was at that price. This is a game I have wanted since it was announced, since it came out. It looked like a very interesting RPG. And yeah, I've spent quite a lot on games this month, and I'm telling you this, I'm taking a break next month. I'm not buying that much at all. Like, it's that 50%, you know, it absolutely took the mick essentially. But yeah, with Unicorn Overlord, this title will last me a long time when I do get to it. Hoping to start that very soon. I almost got it on PlayStation 5, but I felt this type of game with the length that it'll probably take like 50 hours or so if I beat it. So yeah, I think Switch is just better suited for those longer titles. And that is all for today, folks. Again, I appreciate if you're watching the channel still. I think I'm going to do an Xbox video next week, so if you are subscribed for those videos more specifically, again, stay tuned for next week. I'll get something uploaded. But yeah, very happy with the haul of games I've got right here. It is, oh, the deals just don't stop coming. I cannot stop buying games, but I am going to take a little breather after this. It's been an expensive week or two with just all these deals. And don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fantastic when they come along, but you can't buy games like this every day. Like, it's just overkill at some points, and I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop buying for a bit, relax, you know, have a beer in the background or something, actually go back and play these. Again, I'm so excited to have so many games that I've been wanting for a very long time. Things like Street Fighter 6, Pokemon Shining Pearl and Violet. Games like this that I just did not think I was going to be able to get at a reasonable price anytime soon. And lo and behold, they all come at once. You can't control it, like, it's just sheer insanity. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Again, if you're continuing to watch this far into the video, it is very much appreciated. Please leave a comment about what your favourite pickup is, and if you have had any pickups from the 50% off sales, Smith's clearance, CEX, anything. I love to hear it, I love engaging with those comments. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Have an awesome one, and I'll see you next time. Thanks and goodbye.